Hey guys, Miles here, and in this video, let's talk about the light team in the guild boss. I think we can test him now, but although it's not yet at the point wherein we can unlock his full potential, we can already use this to kind of gauge where the light team will be right now in terms of guild boss specifically now that Gunhee is here. But before we begin, first I would like to apologize because our creator codes is gonna be delayed, and the reason it's gonna be delayed is that I haven't actually submitted the mission. And the reason why I haven't submitted the mission is that the mission was about the new hunters as well as the guild system, and I kind of wanted to really play them in depth before I make a content around it. The start of the mission was on August 26th, and I kind of didn't expect that they would give the codes right away, and I kind of put it on hold just to, like, I wanted to really play the new units as well as the guild boss before I make a content around it. And so I apologize for that, but if you need the codes like urgently, it's a 500 essence stone codes, then I highly recommend that you guys support the other creators for now. And in case you want to support me back again in the future, maybe in the next season, that's fine. But yeah, I really wanted to stick to what we're doing here in my channel, which is everything in depth. Since we're in a rush, let's do something that we can do real quick. So again, sorry guys. Still, this video, I believe, will give us some insights on what's happening in the meta right now in terms of the mono element team with Gunhee with a standard team setup. So the way we're gonna do this is that we're gonna run the guild boss and we're gonna run the mono element team together. It's gonna be something like this. So the team A is not gonna be like, it's just gonna be a debuffer and the mana supply from Hansemi, but nothing's really special here. So it won't affect anything damage related here because we're still gonna use these units anyway, especially Choi Jong-in with an A5 weapon as well as Libora. Our Jinwoo is still using our standard guild boss build, and then we're gonna run the mono elements team together. So firstly, this is not gonna be as accurate, like this is not a fair comparison, but what I did here is set it up in such a way that their stats are gonna be close to equal. So our Chahe in here has a 23.5k attack, crit rate is at 50%, crit damage 180%, damage increase is 7.01, and we have a light damage 10.54% here. And for our Alicia, we adjusted the attack to be lower. So this is 23.5, this is 22,564. Although I believe that this one still has an advantage even if we did that. But that's okay. Let's just check it out if the results are gonna be like far from each other. So for the attack, it's 22.5k. Crit rate, okay, 50%. Crit damage a bit higher. Chae-in has 180% crit rate here. And for the damage penetration, 4.22%. Damage increases at 6.9%. So this is fine, okay? There's gonna be, again, this is not gonna be fair, but we'll try to like make the stats close so that we just want to know whether these two elements are on par, right? Because right now, with the existence of Hansemi, the win team is just so far away right now in terms of DPS, with Mirai Amamiya and Hansemi solving Mirai Amamiya's weakness problem, which is the mana supply. The skill levels, the crucial ones, are also maxed out. So Chahe-in's ult is maxed out and the dancer is also maxed out, and in case of Alicia, the core attack is maxed out and the ult is also maxed out. When it comes to the breaker, we have here Ursa. She's gonna be using 8-piece grid set as well with an A3 weapon. This is actually A7. So again, this is not gonna be fair, but we just want to know, we just want to get ideas. So 50% crit rate, almost 40k HP, penetration is 18%, 22% damage increase, and then water damage 10.54%. So for Gunhee, we only have A4. We're just waiting for the last copy from the event, but we actually did put some effort already in balancing things out. So both of them are here at this advancement or upgrades, and Gunhee's weapon is still at A0 right now. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna push for it currently, but yeah, we're gonna try to advance them later on. So for the stats, the stats are actually unfair right now. Like, this is so bad, a lot of wasted stats here, whereas for my saw, most of my artifacts here are almost perfect already for this build. Okay, but for Gunhee, we're just using our old Jin Chul gears here. As you can see, we're kind of exceeded that crit rate, and then crit damage is a bit low, and then even lower penetration damage increase. Although death penetration is not gonna matter that much here, I believe. And that's gonna be it for the two breakers. And for Min, we're just gonna use the destroyer set, the usual one, and then 4-piece Sylph's Blessings, and we have an A4 weapon here. So our light team is kind of at a disadvantage here, to be honest. And then for Alicia, we have 4-piece Garden for the almost permanent uptime here, and the Sylph Blessing as well, 4-piece. And then skill levels and stats here, we have an A5 weapon on Maelin feature. So the way we're seeing this in terms of advancements, and in terms of advancements, the water team is definitely has much higher advancements. And in terms of the DPS, we tried to make them really close to each other. So this is what we're gonna do. Again, we're gonna run this team setup with Jinwoo as the support. You guys already know this if you've watched my first videos. This video is not gonna be about that anymore. And then we're gonna run this team. Okay, so this team is not gonna or Jinwoo is not gonna affect these two elements here. So yeah, let's go ahead and test it out and see the damage output of TB and Team C, if they're gonna be close or they're gonna be far away, which one's gonna be stronger. Because if it turns out that the light team is gonna be stronger than this team, even with better advancements and better stats, and then this team will have the, like, I would say they would have the potential. And another thing here is that Team C is also gonna benefit from Chahe-in, because Chahe-in has the debuff, and Min also has the debuff. So Team B is not only affecting its own team, okay, it's also affecting Team C. So they kind of buff them as well, with Min's punishment at 5% without the disguise. So we're also gonna take that into account. So it's okay. We're just trying to, like, get a snapshot or picture of what's happening in terms of their damage output. We're just gonna do one run. As long as no one in the Team B and Team C dies, then we're gonna take it, okay? Because we're in a rush, sorry, but we're gonna do more in-depth, of course, strategies and in-depth tactics here, compositions here in the guild boss soon with Gunhee. But for now, since I clearly don't know yet, just like you, I don't know yet. This is my first time to be playing chairman here, really. So I don't know the result. We might be surprised, but yeah. So another test that we can do is actually to just separate them, but kind of like we don't want to do that, right? Because if it turns out that Team B is going to be stronger than Team C, even with them helping out with the debuffs, then that would tell us something. Or if it turns out that they're close, then maybe we can assume that Team B is stronger because they benefited from Team C benefited from their debuffs as well. So yeah, let's just check it out and let's see whether we're gonna see something insightful from the results that we're going to see. All right, let's go. A decent run. So we don't need to perfect the run because all of them are gonna deal the same amount of damage anyway when it comes to shadow steps, etc. The problem though is that there might be sometimes wherein the burst damage of Cha or Alicia is gonna be, well, like would happen at the same time we did our debuff. So that's one thing, but I think that's okay. We just want to get some initial ideas and have a good starting point here. Okay, we did some pretty bad movements there. Just need our codes. Give us the codes. Again, guys, really sorry about the codes. Like, didn't really expect that they're gonna distribute it like too fast. And now we're getting forced. I hope the information that we're gonna get here is gonna be pretty useful still though. I actually usually don't get that mechanics. Oops. So we're missing a couple of, actually a lot of shadow steps. And if you check the character bars right now, both Alicia and Jahe like, they don't have MP anymore. And surprisingly, they have the same amount of MP here. Oops. Man, hopefully Saw doesn't die here, because might need to repeat that again if she dies. Oops, we heard the Min's ult. It's gonna be this pattern again. Ooh, we're actually dealing like good amount of damage here, to be honest. And man, if we're, with Gunhee and Saw here, if we were not able to break that, I don't know. But yeah, I think we're gonna break this real quick. Well, we're getting a pretty good score. No min-maxing here. No Mireia Mamiya here. Oh, actually... Is the light team actually making an impact? Because usually this doesn't happen. But yeah, let's just wait and see. Oops. Oh, seriously, I'm dealing like 1.5 billion with that kind of run. That's surprising. Without Mireia. Interesting. I might actually... I'm excited to run them with Mireia. So let's check the scores that we're gonna get and let's try to analyze that right away. Oops. Holy. Seriously. Holy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. What happened there? Chai dealt 480 million actually. And Gunhee dealt 223 million. Without an A5 and with A0 weapon. Alicia dealt 525 million. Just 45 million above Cha. Which is... surprised. Okay. But there might be something about the time. But no, it's a 3-minute game. Like, coincidence like that could happen, but the chances are less likely. And we have here Gunhee, or half-as Gunhee at A4 with A0 weapon, dealing 223 million. And remember guys, Min and Cha also benefited the water team with the crits and the punishment. Okay, so normally in terms of just the pure DPS, if we take into account those debuffs, oh boy, is the light team actually stronger now in guild boss? Okay, in guild boss, because the mana cost is a problem here. But Chai is also losing mana quite fast, right? So in terms of the in terms of the breakers, so this is not yet the best build of Gunhee, okay? We might be able to discover more builds for him, but the damage is much higher than Saw, and we might have to review that video again. But I think Saw is having a problem with MP as well, so we have to take that into account. I'm not sure if Gunhee had the problem. I didn't notice, but our Maylin is okay. Man, 480 million on Cha and 220 million. If we sum it up, this is 700 million. If we sum it up, this is 710 million. And we can say that's they have like equal damage here in this case. But again, they benefited from the debuff. Is the light team actually stronger now? Here, the guild boss. Are we gonna say goodbye to like the water team here? But in terms of the mono team comparison, oh boy, I'm not sure. Just let me know, guys, if I made an actual mistake in terms of the stats or the gears, and let me know, because from what I see in terms of advancements, the water team has, as well as the artifacts, has the advantage. And the only explanation that I can see right now, okay, is that the water team is incomplete with Saw being around here. And my prediction is there's gonna be a defense-based water breaker coming soon to replace Saw, because Saw is not really doing anything here in this lineup. No synergy. I've been talking about this in the past Power of Destruction videos that we'd had. There's no synergy here aside from like being the water team. But in terms of like the light team, there is massive synergy because of Gunhee existing here, and you kind of like need to have the light teams here to enable this. But I'm surprised. I'm surprised to be honest. Okay, so again, that doesn't mean the water team is the like lesser team. This is just in the case of the guild boss. I mean, Alicia cannot use the frost here and a lot of the kits, things like those. But Min also cannot use the, oh my goodness, this one, because he doesn't have these guys. Can't use the punishment improvement because it doesn't have these guys as well here in this game mode. But mono teams, we know damage difference, almost similar stats, lower advancements on this. Oh, this has an impact, I think. Never happened. This never happened to me here. Chai in 480 million. Never happened. Never ever happened in all of the runs that I did since day one. Even putting Chai in on the team A with the blessing set with Maylin, not happened. Never happened. So I think in terms of this is usable, and I would have to investigate this further. But if you guys have information, let me know. You guys try this as well. Okay, to those who already have the A5, because this doesn't have an A5 yet. That's 30% increase in damage. Like critical hit damage. Although this will be diminished already because Chahin already has a lot of critical damage, but that's gonna increase Gunhee's damage a lot. Okay, because Gunhee doesn't have much crit damage yet from his kit. let's talk about Hansemi and Gogunhee. Which one is the priority here? I would still say that Hansemi is the priority. Even if you don't have the strongest Mirai, like the if you have A1 Mirai, you're gonna get that from the custom banner soon. I believe that this is the highest priority of all, getting an A1 at least for Hansemi. Although A0 is already pretty decent. A3 is an added utility, but it's still workable even without this. Okay? But A3, A1 definitely. If you have a strong Mirai, go for A4 and A5 if you have the budget. But don't go all in. Those with limited budget here. So, if your budget is limited, just stay at A1. Okay, just stay at A1. Get this in the future from the custom banner. If you have a Mirai that's strong like A5, then A1 is still okay. Okay, but if you go to A5, but man, this is crazy. This is crazy damage. Okay, trust me, this is crazy. This works with the ultimate. They're still okay. They already fixed it. Vines of Vitality. When they use the ult, it's gonna activate. So description's already fixed. At least that is already clarified here. That's gonna be it for this. Okay, for the win team. But I believe that this is like has a more long-term value than Gogunhee. But if you have like an A5 Cha with Min and Gogunhee, a complete lineup, I think actually A1 is actually already okay to buff Chahi in. Like seriously. You actually don't have to get A3 anymore. But Gogunhee's damage is gonna be less. But in terms of really just buffing Chahi in, I'm kinda regret that I had to. Like I advanced him to A4 immediately without testing because I was really in a rush. But just looking at that, both with similar setup, you've seen like four cures for experts, same on almost everything. Oh boy, and this guy even has disadvantage in terms of skill levels. I would increase this definitely, and I think I'm gonna use this. I think I'm gonna use this now. I might even replace the water team. Might have to remove the Alicia, but I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to test this lineup, make more testings here. But yeah, definitely damage is felt. Chahi-in is enabled. Closer to Alicia now in this particular test. So you guys decide. You guys saw the stats. You guys saw the comparison. Everything showed every stats. So you guys decide, because me personally, in my opinion, this really changed something on Chahi. Never happened, even with a 8-piece curse, 4-piece expert, never happened that Chahi would reach almost 500 M damage. On Team 2, never happened in my case. But we're gonna have to check this again. But yeah, at least that gives us an idea that this has a potential. More testing is needed, so take everything you saw here, take everything I said here with a grain of salt, because this is a kind of like a rushed thing. But yeah, pretty much I'm just gonna update you soon. Really enjoy this game mode. I just do hope that they're gonna add more monsters here, because this one is gonna get old pretty easily. Just let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know if you want me to test something or repeat something. Please let me know if I made a mistake on that testing that might have like changed the results in such a way that it is like, you know, too far from what we're trying to achieve. But yeah, again, nothing there is fair. It's really an unfair test in terms of the stats, but we've seen it, and we learned that the potential is here with Gogunhee. And of course, we know Hansemi as a hunter is something that's like crazy. in terms of guild boss if you have a Mirai ready. Even at A3, I think it helps the team a lot, and I think Hansemi adds a lot of value in terms of utility, in terms of supporting everybody here, because Hansemi's kit is like literally made not just for Mirai but made for guild boss. Like every single thing here, the wide skills for helping the team, the utilities, the passive effects with the field buffs here and the debuff here. Like literally, this one is the guild boss bait for this banner. But at least if you get this one, you can immediately use her in a crucial game content. Oh boy, I have to test a lot. I have to test a lot. And our goal is only 121k net marble. Lastly, just one last thing. Please give us... Please, let's make a compromise. I like the guild system. There are flaws like the lack of communication, socializing, as well as the UI is bad, needs improvement. But please, Netmarble, let's compromise on this. We now have to build 10 characters, and we can't just go all like full blessing set on every game content. That's not fun. We need to change up things here. We need to do some testing, and we need to be able to really make use of the characters we pulled, right? And not keep us on gold, since we already have to build 9-10 characters already anyway. Then we might be better to like ease on us when it comes to like artifacts switching. Please. just please, because this will hold us back in terms of enjoying the game content we have. Like, we're ready to pull for the units. We're just not gonna like we're not gonna purchase the gold just to enjoy the game. That's crazy. That's already crazy. So please do something about this. I'm not gonna like bash. Just if ever you see my video and it would make a lot of sense, please let us enjoy the game modes that we should be enjoying, especially for the players who love to like have more variations. Because trust me, what's gonna happen here if you don't allow us to do that? Trust me, this thing right here, this one is gonna get old fast. People will not care about this anymore. This is a linear boss, linear dungeon. The only thing that's gonna change here in the future is gonna be the banners that's gonna be added, and that's gonna have some probably big impact on terms of the lineup. But if not, okay, during those times that we don't have those yet, it's gonna be totally boring, because if we're just gonna stay with our one build and we cannot mix and match the units and try various lineups and various builds, a lot of people are gonna get fed up because of that. So Netmarble, please consider that. That's really important to the game. I mean, I don't bash you unreasonably. Just let's compromise on this. I'm not sure about the plans yet, if they already announced the plans here yet, because I would understand that the previous system, like removing the artifact switching previously, might not work, because there usually we only need 3 units plus Jinwoo, and it would reach the end game too fast. Okay, too fast. But this time, like 9-10 units, that's crazy already. Okay, so we can't be waiting on like farming the artifacts. You're only giving us like 2 tickets in Workshop for Brilliant Light. We have to buy the other one using Essence Stones and the diamonds. For additional, there is one from the guild shop, which is really good. Guild shop's really good. Okay, I appreciate that personally. We've got a lot of materials here that we can use for progress. But please, yeah, let's do something about the gold. We need this to be able to enjoy the characters we pulled for, because even like I would say I'm a dolphin now in this game, relatively. Okay, even I am like hurting on this, right? Even the whales in our guild, even the whales, I do know, even the whales are already like getting fed up with this. And some of us probably don't even want to play this anymore because you kind of have to like remove the artifacts. Again, POD, Battlefield of Time, Battlefield of Trials Challenge, a lot of those things. And that would simply cost us like 501M daily. That's crazy. That's crazy. So yeah, please do something about this. Please consider easing up on us. I don't know what the method that you want to apply. Just base it on your data. If that's gonna affect the monetization, just do something about it, because this will help you keep more players in the long run. Loyal players, keep loyal players that's gonna continuously play time and time again, like continuously, and stay on the game, and you know, be passionate about the game, even recruit more players, encourage to make more contents. This is gonna help me make more content, promote the game more, and give like more interesting content and experience to other players. If like I'm gonna have like the flexibility when it comes to switching things up and building my lineup, because I really can't. I don't have the budget to be doing that, like buying gold via the shop. That's crazy. So yeah, Netmarble, your guild system is a good effort. Lots of improvements are needed, but priority is make this more fun.